That was those nacho cheese dogs going down.
Nacho cheese.
I guess we can talk about that. I guess we should introduce ourselves at some point. I'm James.
And I'm Jordan.
What is this? What are we doing?
I have no fucking idea. I have nothing to talk about.
This is James and Jordan Talk to the Internet, episode...
I don't know, dude.
16. We haven't recorded one of these in a while. Took me a really long time to edit the last one. Because at some point, you're going to edit them.
Yeah, sure.
Have you got that new laptop yet?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to edit this one?
No.
Okay.
I'll edit something with some better content.
What? We've got great content.
What do you want to talk about?
We can talk about The Matrix.
Okay. Let's talk about The Matrix.
Did you watch the trailer? I already asked you that.
Yes, I did watch the trailer.
How do you feel about it?
I don't know. It was sort of a... Yeah.
It didn't look green enough.
Yeah, it wasn't green.
It was very bright.
It was blue.
It was very bright and vibrant.
Yeah, it's going to be green.
That doesn't scream The Matrix to me.
Didn't we already talk about The Matrix?
Probably.
Yeah.
I watched the first Matrix last night. Again.
That's
not the first
movie.
time I've seen it. I just want to be very clear. I've seen that movie many, many times. It's very good.
Right.
No, he's breaking into the beer fridge. Grabbing a good old Jaws beer. Thought we were going to save those for special occasions, but you know.
Like what?
I guess we can just use them whenever.
There's like 5 in there. There's like 5.
Can I have one?
You didn't even like them.
They're fine.
Alright, what? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there's 6 left for special occasions.
We're sitting on a gold mine of Jaws beers. Do you like how my floor is uneven so it scrapes along the floor?
Is that what was going on?
Yeah.
Because it sounded like I was, like, trudging through just a pile of bottles. Like, it sounded like you just had bottles all over your floor, and I walked over there. And just that noise.
Rent money.
Rent money!
So yeah, new Matrix movie coming out probably sometime this year, next year. Who cares? It looks pretty bad.
I think it was early 2002.
2002?
2022.
There you go.
Well, the first one,
1999.
99. And then the second one,
2003.
2003.
And the third one, 2003 as well.
And they really pumped those out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it wasn't as great.
Some
the
people
third one.
said that might contribute to why it wasn't received as well, because you went to see The Matrix 2, and then 6 months later you were seeing The Matrix 3. Kind of Matrixed overload.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have let it simmer a little bit, you know? Let the flavors...
Well, they've let it simmer with this new one.
Yeah, a little bit.
Who's directing it? Is it the...
It's one of the Wachowskis. I don't remember which one. Because they were the Wachowski brothers, and then they were the Wachowski sisters.
What?
Because they're transgender.
Oh, okay.
And then... I didn't know that either. For many years. And then I heard that one of them transitioned back, maybe? But I didn't see anything to support that. So, I don't know. It's one of the Wachowskis. One of the Wachowski siblings. Well, we can't look it up.
Why?
Because that would defeat the purpose of this podcast, to be uneducated and wrong.
Okay.
It takes the fun out of it if we know what we're talking about.
So, the first one, Neo gets a bunny, comes over to his computer,
Yeah.
and tells him to go to a nightclub where he meets Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
And then they bang.
Well, I think
And
they
then-
bang later in the movie. I don't think they bang at the nightclub. Real nightclub, by the way.
Where is it?
Australia, I think.
Why would they shoot it in a fake nightclub?
I mean, the Terminator nightclub was fake. Tech Noir was fake.
It was probably an actual club. They just changed
No,
it.
it was not a real club.
Then where did they shoot it?
It was just like an office space. That light bulb just died.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah, I thought my computer was breaking. I'm really glad I ordered new light bulbs and that
Why would
they'll be here
they?
tomorrow.
Why would they film it in an office space?
Because it's often cheaper to just
Install
rent.
a full bar.
Well, I
into
mean,
an
I'm sure it
office
didn't
space.
work. It was just plywood, probably. I'm sure it wasn't a regulation bar.
And then all those seats.
Just rent a couple seats, you know?
I would just go to like a bar and be like,
You got me burning.
That's a good movie, Terminator. Apparently, it looked so real that they had actual people wanting to get into this club show up.
to the Tech Noir?
Yeah.
I'd want to go there.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet.
If I heard that song like muffled, like from the outside, I'd be like,
What if
man,
you saw Kyle Reese, full trench coat?
I'd be like, wow, this guy's probably naked under there. It's probably wild in there. I gotta get in there. Crazy shit's going down. I mean, even after they started shooting, I'd probably still be on the dance floor. Completely.
You'd be one of the people that Arnold Schwarzenegger shoves out of the way as he's approaching Sarah Connor. And then Kyle Reese is shoving people out of the way too. Just use your words, man. Like, you know, it's not life or death.
Yeah, but it's loud in there because it's playing
You got me burning.
Just on
like
a loop. That's
40.
the
Yeah,
only song
that's
they
all they
play.
could afford. The nightclub's in an office.
They're
space
pinching
somewhere.
pennies. That's
Yeah.
why she got so mad when Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't pay.
Yeah.
Hey, that guy didn't pay.
They really needed that $5. That's a good movie. Too bad every other one of those movies except for the second one is hot garbage.
Yeah, for sure. Although the third one doesn't bother me.
I heard a thing that... Have you seen the most recent one? Dark Fate?
No, I'm not gonna watch any of these.
It's trash. It's garbage. It's horrible.
Yeah, it
And
looks like it
somebody... I heard somebody say, well, it's actually not that bad. The problem is people are comparing it to Terminator 2, which is one of the greatest action movies of all time. Which is true. The problem is that movie literally starts with footage from Terminator 2. So how am I supposed to not compare it to Terminator 2? Because Terminator 2 is the beginning of that movie.
What, when he goes into the lava?
No, like, we see the security footage of when they're interviewing Sarah Connor and telling her, like, you know, 6 years ago, this man shot up a police station and killed all these people. And then 3 days ago, we saw this man, you know, shoot up a mall in California. And then she breaks out and does all this stuff. Like
They just
yeah.
reuse that footage.
Yeah, they just use that footage at the beginning of Terminator Dark Fate. And it goes into a weird de-aged CGI thing where
So just turn the movie off after that part,
they're
and then
in
it would be a good movie.
like Mexico or some shit.
Yeah, she's in Mexico.
And then John's at the bar and she's sort of sitting at a table. And then a dude walks up and it's the Terminator and he just kills John Connor. What? Like, why? Spoilers for that movie, by the way.
I don't really care. You're kind of making me want to watch it, though.
It's so bad.
Yeah, but like that's.
It just made
How's
me
he
mad.
kill?
I was
How does
like,
he-
what?
How does he kill him?
He just shoots him.
Like just walks up and shoots
Yeah,
him.
he walks up. You see Sarah Connor kind of look over to the side as he's walking up, and then she sort
Okay.
of realizes what's going on. Shotgun, blam. Turns around, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Like, is he old?
No.
Okay.
Like, what's the point? They
Well,
just
wait a
took-
minute. Is it like she's looking at
She's
John
sort of
Connor?
like looking at John up at the bar, and he's sort of flirting with one of the.
Okay, so she's like crushing on him hardcore, and then all you see is it just a shot like from her looking at John Connor, and then he just walks right up and shoots him.
Well, he kind of like it's sort of a POV shot from her point of view, looking at John at the bar, flirting with the bartender, even though he's like 14. But it's like Mexico, so who gives a shit? And then it cuts to a shot looking at her, and then you see like an out of focus guy walk by, and then she kind of turns over her shoulder, and then it cuts to her point of view again, and it's him walking up and shooting John Connor in the back. And then she freaks out. It's like, what the this movie, like, I don't give a shit about continuity, because who cares at that point? It's been like 4 movies since that movie, but you just undid the best movie in the franchise. Like, you made that movie meaningless in this story.
Well, now I really want to watch it.
Like, in the second one, in Terminator 2.
Would it make me mad, or would I think it was funny?
I think that it would make you mad.
I wouldn't think it was funny.
No.
Because sometimes I think things like that are funny.
It's right at that threshold of being so bad that it's good, but it doesn't cross the line.
Oh, so it's... Yeah.
It's just bad. The action is stupid.
What's it called? Dark Fate?
Yeah, the jokes aren't funny. The acting's fine, because it's Linda Hamilton and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, come on. You can't go wrong with that. But the new characters don't make any sense. There is one awesome part in the movie. I think that the new Terminator guy they got does a fantastic job. And his shtick is that he's like the T-1000 and the T-800 together. So you've got like the liquid exo layer, and then the inside is the armored skeleton. So there's like 2 Terminators in one.
And why?
It's just, you gotta have a gimmick for every Terminator movie.
2 Terminators in one?
Yeah. You gotta have a gimmick.
Why don't they just make one that's like a gas?
Why don't they just stop making
And they don't
them?
even see it. They don't even see it coming. It's gas.
Well, they kind of did that.
When?
In...
How many are there?
There are 6. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did that kind of in 5, where he's like nanoparticles.
Oh, what the fuck? No,
Yeah.
I mean like he's straight up like just a gas. And he just comes to... they just send him back.
Why don't they
in
just
the room.
why don't they just brainwash a person? Like, brainwash a human being. You can fucking time travel, but you can't brainwash a guy.
To do what?
Just go back in time and just take a gun. Bam.
Why would that be any different than sending the robot?
Because you can't... Because the robot is gonna stand out.
Not if they have human skin.
Just send a dude. Like, say John Connor's in L.A. Send a dude to, like, Damariscotta, Maine. And then, over the next 2 years, have him work his way across the country. And just show up. Bam. It just... Come on. It's stupid. But, like,
I don't
anyway.
think you're not going to see the robot coming. If it's 1980,
But they're not going to be able to
they're not
detect
gonna-
him, because the dogs can smell a Terminator. They're not going to be able to detect
They
a
wouldn't-
regular
the ter-
person.
what you're saying doesn't make sense, because none of that stuff existed when during the time when they sent the Terminator back. So no one's going to suspect anything.
Yeah, but Kyle Reese knows.
Yeah,
So he knows,
which is why they sent him back.
and they explain that they can detect them with dogs.
Right, but the dogs don't have that training in the 80s where he is.
But they know, they freak out. Like, that's a whole plot, that's a whole point in the first one. It's a whole point in the second one. I don't give a shit about any of the other movies.
That wouldn't make me
So
think...
just having a regular dude...
That wouldn't make me think that he was a robot. I put a paper bag down on the ground one time in front of my dog, and she flipped out.
Maybe
Okay,
that
like-
paper bag was trying to kill you.
No, she was afraid of it.
But they cover the dog. Like, if you just send a dude back, they're not going to be able to tell anyway.
There weren't even any dogs in that movie.
Yeah, there were.
Like,
There was
where?
a dog at the hotel in the first one that was freaking the fuck out. That's how Kyle Reese knew to leave at that point. In the second one, when he calls his foster parents, they hear the dog freaking out in the background, and you go, what's the dog's name? Max. How's Wolfie? Wolfie's fine. Come home. Your foster parents are dead. Like, there's a whole... Like, the whole reason anything happens in either of those 2 movies is because of the dogs.
Okay, well, when the dog's barking, at that point, isn't, like, his flesh, like, rotting off and his robot self's, like, exposed at that point?
I don't think so.
If I was a dog and I saw that, I'd flip.
Not in the second one, at least. Because he's, liquid metal. In the first one, I don't think he's blown up at that point. I think he's wearing the sunglasses.
Right, he cuts his eyeball out, though.
Yeah, he does. The world's greatest puppet. It's a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Too bad the rest of them suck. But there's a really cool moment in the last one, Dark Fate, where the new Terminator is, like, you see him improv. Where...
Like the actor?
Like the Terminator. Like, he improvises his way to get where he wants to be. Where they are trying to cross over. I think they get to Mexico, and then they're trying to get back into America. No, because the new John Connor, like the hope of humanity, is a Mexican woman. And the Terminator shows up, fucks shit up. They get out. The new savior is like a Terminator hybrid thing. Whatever. They get out of there. Sarah Connor shows up. They meet up with Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're coming back to Mexico from Mexico to the U.S. They get caught on the border. Trump got them. They're in like the detention area. And then they escape after the Terminator shows up. And the Terminator walks out of the thing and is talking to like the local sheriff. And the sheriff's like, "What happened down here?" And he's like, "Oh, you know, some crazy stuff happened, and I'll tell you what."
I feel like you're yelling in my face.
I am yelling. I'll tell you what.
That's better.
When those shots went off, I got down on my knees and I was praying to God, and he got me through it. And then they kind of look at each other like, yeah, this guy's okay. Like, he just totally improvises this character, like this super southern religious guy.
And then that was
because he's in Texas. to get out of there, instead of Robert Patrick just being like, "That's a nice bike.
Take off your clothes.
Give me your boots, your clothes, your motorcycle.
Your social security card.
What's your debit card code?
Your debit card. Give them to me now.
Do you have anything
Wait, what? Your
smaller
debit
than a
card.
50? Can you break this?
Your wallet. Give it to me now.
Do you have a gasoline rewards card?
Give it to me now. Gasoline rewards.
I want to save 16 cents per gallon.
Your tank is almost on empty. I need to stop for some gas. Give it to me now.
Do you use Irving? I don't like the others.
Do you use what? That was worse than my impression.
I'm a little bit tipsy.
Give it to me now. What is that? It's not even doesn't even sound like. Give it to me now.
We're gonna start talking with like French accents.
Oui, oui. Give me your boots, your motorcycle,
Your cigarettes, your cheese.
cigarette.
Do you have any baguettes?
You're take it. Do you have a lighter? What the fuck?
What are we doing? Great movie. Salt of the earth. Love it.
Your skin. What? Give it to me now. Give me your skin.
Give me a mustache. Is that the beret?
Give me your mustache.
That movie is so good.
Your motorcycle. Give it to me now.
What else can we talk about?
We can talk about you giving it to me now. Is what we can
We
talk
can just
about.
keep going.
That's how I'm gonna get stuff in life. I'm gonna go up to people and I'm gonna be like,
Are you
"Give
done
me your
eating that
boots.
bagel?
Yeah, give it to me now. You done with this coffee? Give it to me now.
That wasn't even close. Give it to me now.
I think it's morphed more into just like, that's just me. I'm not even gonna use the accent.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go up to people who have something that I want, and I'm just going to say, "Give it to me now."
No accent, nothing.
No accent.
Just like
Yeah, this is me.
completely straight face.
This is gonna be my new thing. Yeah, give it to me now. Just see what people say.
Did you hear me? Give it to me now.
Some people, you do that enough, you probably get the shit kicked out of you. But like, I can almost
100%.
guarantee there are some like really kind of maybe like mousy, scared people who even though they're like adults, like will still like
You walk
could
all
get
over them.
bullied. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, there's people like that still. Whereas like usually you grow up and you're like, no, don't talk to me like that. Like this isn't middle school.
What? You want my lunch money? Give it to me now.
Give it to me now. See how much free shit I can get.
The police show up. Give it to me now.
Give it to me now.
You're gonna get shot. 100%. I remember what I wanted to talk about. Speaking of give it to me now.
Give it to me now, baby. Yeah, what?
I kind of want to I wanted to let that ride as long as possible. I watched Planet of the Apes last night.
The original one?
Not last night, the night before, because I watched The Matrix last night.
Yeah,
Yes.
which one?
1968.
Yeah, okay.
Great fucking movie. Like, one of the best.
Yes, it's considered one of the best.
It's fantastic. I love every single second of it. That movie makes no goddamn sense. Okay? So they think that they're on another planet. That's the whole plot of the movie.
Yeah, they were in space for a really long time.
They're on another planet 300 some odd million light years from Earth. Right?
Yeah. What's wrong
Very
with
end
that?
of the movie, spoiler for this movie from 1968.
The
They're on
Statue
Earth.
of Liberty.
Yeah. They show to a planet that has people, humans,
Mm-hmm.
the dominant creatures, the apes,
Right.
ride horses,
Yeah.
shoot guns,
Mm-hmm.
and speak English.
Well, it depends on what language the movie's dubbed over in.
They speak a language from Earth.
Okay.
How did it take them, like, weeks to figure out that they were on? These are some of the smartest people on the planet. They got chosen to go on this interstellar voyage. And they can't figure that shit out.
I think there's...
They find dentures and eyeglasses.
Yeah. I would think, like, what happens is, maybe, like, if you stretch... Maybe, like, I think there could possibly be, like twin planets.
Mm-hmm.
Where the same exact stuff happened. So you could travel to your twin Earth planet,
Yep.
where everything's almost like exactly the same, but different. Like there could be like a version of you there, but different.
Sure.
Like I think maybe they thought it was like that, but really they just did like a U-turn and came back to their own planet.
They Apollo 13 hit around the moon.
How
came
long?
back.
How long were they flying over there?
Like, I think they said 20 some odd generations had passed, like over 2,000 years.
The same people, or it was a bunch of people giving birth and living? Was it like a?
There were 4 of them, and they were going super fast, like near the speed of light, so the theory of relativity.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then they also went into stasis.
So how did they end up back at Earth?
They did a U-turn, man. They got around a star and went zoop. They
Back to
Apollo
Earth.
13 it.
So there wasn't a planet they were trying to go to. They were just in space to see if they could be in space for 2,000 years.
It was 20,000 years. Thank you
For
very much.
20,000 years.
No, it was 2,000 years. Never mind.
Yeah, 20,000 years.
I don't remember.
People even gonna be around in 20,000 years?
We'll see if they're around in the next 20 years. We're really trying hard to not be.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sweet.
Because I think I'm gonna come back as some other kind of an animal.
Yeah,
I don't want to be a dolphin
I want to be a salmon
or a seagull.
that gets eaten by a bear.
Well, you could do that like as a person.
Yeah, but I don't want to. That feels cheating.
To get shredded up by a bear.
Yeah. If I'm gonna get shredded up, I want to be shredded up by like a wolf or something, you know. Or
A
shark.
grizzly bear would rip. Shark attack. Yeah. That's scary. That's why I don't go in the ocean.
But when I think of a bear, I think of a bear riding a unicycle.
When I think of a bear, I think of a massive grizzly bear.
Riding a unicycle. Because
And
you've
I
never
think
been
of
to Clark's Trading Post.
No, I don't need to see a bear riding a. They feed those things donuts. I always thought that was gross.
Dude.
To see a bear eating a jelly donut. That's gross, right?
That's what Homer Simpson thinks ballet is.
A bear.
A bear
on
riding a
unicycle.
little car in a circle. Because he's an idiot. There are a few things that don't make any sense about the movie. The second thing is they talk about how the woman dies, so it's just 3 dudes, right? Like her sleeping thing got cracked, so she's like a withered old hag.
She's old.
Long dead. And they
Yep.
talk about how she was supposed to be the new Eve. How does it make sense to send 3 dudes and 1 woman if you're trying to repopulate a planet?
3 dudes and 1 woman. So one dude bangs her,
And then waits 9 to 10
and
months.
then the other dude
They
bangs
just wait.
their daughter, and the other dude bangs their daughter.
Why wouldn't you just send 1 dude and 3 chicks? Because then you got 3 kids.
No, because they're 3 guys, right? Mm-hmm. 1 girl.
Yep.
He bangs the woman.
Yep.
They give birth.
Yep.
He bangs the child. They give birth. He bangs the other child.
So
They
that's...
give birth, and then they're all not going to be all incested.
Let's say you're waiting the minimum amount of time.
14 years.
13 to 14 years. So that is... I was going to go 12.
It's just like I guess you can. Can you even give birth if you're 12?
Well, you can get your period. So I assume...
The bare minimum. Let's just say 15 years per child.
Sure. So that is between the first dude banging that
They
chick.
bang. 15 years. Dude bangs.
That is 30 years. So if that guy...
Well, they're still banging the whole time. And he's just banging one. And then they're banging.
Let's assume...
One guy has to wait like 45 years or something like that.
So they're already in their 30s.
It's 40, 50,
So
70
we're
years old. He's gonna be
75?
he's gonna be a really happy 70-something-year-old man.
He has to just not bang anything for 40 years
He can just jerk off.
and wait. It doesn't make any sense. If your goal is maximum output, it makes 0 sense.
Well, yours doesn't make sense. They'd all be like inbred.
Just keep banging until one of them comes out right.
Well, no. If it's 1 guy and 3 women, and so each
One of those women is probably gonna have a boy.
But wouldn't they all be like? Wait a minute. No, because they'd all be
The
like.
more steps you get away from it, the easier it is. The
think
less likely it is.
They'd all be like inbred.
Nah, I think that you can get away with it.
So he would bang. 1 dude was banging 3 women.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone would have the same dad.
Yeah, for a little bit, and then eventually you get a boy, and then he can bang one of the moms. Then it's fine. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
I think my way is better.
I think that it's
I think
stupid
it's better
because
to
then
wait.
the woman dies and then you get nothing.
She's not gonna die.
She did.
No. Well, in that, I thought this was like she survived. You were saying their whole plan was flawed.
Yeah,
To begin
but if
with.
one, I think you should go 2 dudes, 2 chicks. That way, if one of you dies, you're still fine.
Oh, no. I mean, ideally, this would be like a passenger situation.
Chris Pratt,
Yes.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. That makes more sense to me.
Haven't seen that movie.
Okay, well, apparently it's the same thing as Planet of the Apes. They were trying to do the same shit, except they had, like, your people who knew this about medicine section, the people who knew this about gardening section, the people who knew this about blah, blah, blah. You bought a ticket, like a first class one or a low class one, and then you went to this other planet to repopulate it.
Sure.
like they do in every single movie
Yeah.
everywhere. But they had more than 4 people,
Yeah, they had
like thousands of
many
people.
people. Another thing that doesn't make sense is when
Man, and they got a
Charlton-
tree growing in that movie too.
They got everything.
The end of it,
Yeah.
it's Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence. They bang. They have
Sure.
kids of
Yeah,
their own
that's nice.
that grow up in the spaceship, and
That's
it's
cool.
like they designed. They built like a log cabin like in the spaceship,
Sure,
and then they got old and they died.
that's hot.
Yeah.
It's fun. Anyway,
And then no,
another thing that doesn't make sense when Charlton Heston breaks out of ape jail and is running around.
yes, I remember that.
He goes.
Can he not talk?
Yeah, because he gets shot in the neck.
Yeah, yeah.
He goes into a museum and it's all about human
Yeah.
history,
There's like taxidermied humans and stuff.
where he discovers his friend who was shot in the back, the one black guy on this planet.
He's taxidermied.
Why is there a museum about humans in the ape society that refuses to accept that humans are anything other than undomesticatable
Well, dude,
animals?
they are.
They refuse to accept.
Remember when he's trying to write down something to that smart ape that helps him, and that freaking dumbass one comes over and
Yeah,
starts
Dr.
wiping
Zaius.
it up?
Yeah.
The humans are dumb in that.
Yeah.
Like, they are stupid.
Yeah.
So,
But they refuse to accept that humans came first. Like, humans were around longer. Even though there's a lot of evidence to support it.
they weren't around longer.
They were.
No.
Humans came before.
Before apes?
Yeah. Before this.
No.
Before this.
Before they became smart.
generation of apes.
Yeah.
They think that they were created. There's the
That
whole
there was
religious
no smart
thing.
thing.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
they think that they were first. The apes do. So why is there a whole museum talking about, you know, how man did all this stuff and is cutting down fruit? Like, it makes sense for us to go into a museum. We can go to the Maine State Museum right now. Well, we can't because it's late and it's probably closed because of COVID. But we can go through there and we can see the cavemen, you know, cooking food over a fire and discover tools and shit. Well, how does that make sense in this ape civilization?
Well, because some of them don't. Well, that, like you said, that was like religion for some. So some people are going to look at that museum just like people in real life will look at a science museum and say that this is not real. You know what I mean?
But
so I think
those
some of the
people,
apes
if they
do,
were in
like-
charge, why would they create those science museums? Because the apes who are in charge of the science are also the heads of the religion.
Well, there's your problem, right?
Yeah,
there.
and that's the whole point of the movie, is that religion and, like, you can't do that. Like, Dr. Zaius is the head of the science council and the head of, you know, keeper of the faith or whatever. And he talks about how he says there is no difference between faith and science.
Maybe their science is religion.
Maybe they're just stupid. Yeah, those are my only 3 problems with that movie.
One of
Problems.
my teachers once said that science is its own religion. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's how that works. But that movie's gory.
I don't remember it that
Like,
well.
for a G-rated movie from 1968,
Blood going everywhere.
there's a lot of blood.
Like it.
A lot of people getting shot, hunted down on horseback. I'm pretty sure you can see a couple of dongs in the shadows.
But the Tim Burton one's way better, right?
Yeah, totally.
Have you seen that one?
No?
Yeah. They've got, what's the doctor's name?
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius. Does she actually say your Dr. Zaius? Dr. Zaius?
No, that's from The Simpsons.
No, that's like Helen Bonham Carter.
Oh, that's cool.
Plays,
Oh, wait,
plays
you
her.
mean like the chick who's trying to help Charlton Heston?
Charlton Heston?
Yeah, the human.
Yeah.
I was talking about the orangutan the lead.
No, the one who's trying to help him.
Oh, that was
She's sympathetic to the humans.
Lyra or something. I don't know. She's engaged to Cornelius.
Right, and he's the asshole one.
No, he's the other cool guy.
Yeah.
Who doesn't really believe him at first, but he also, has all this evidence that says that humans came first. So, it's kind of... It's up in the air.
It's just we got all this, like, evidence and shit.
I don't know, it's so frustrating watching that movie, and then it gets to the end, and they're like, oh, if we can prove that humans came first, then you won't arrest us for being treasonous to the religion. He's like, oh yeah, totally. And then they prove it, and then Charlton Heston and that chick he's banging take off to go find the Statue of Liberty, and then Dr. Zayas is like, okay, blow it all up. Fuck it. I don't care.
Why not?
Yeah. Go to jail. Fuck you. It's a great movie.
Yeah, I should rewatch it. I haven't seen it since I was a kid.
It's good. It holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no give it to me. Give it to me now.
Oh, do you have a copy of Planet of the Apes? 1968? Give it to me now.
Walking the bull moose.
Give it to me now.
Don't even clarify what you're looking for. Just like, give it to me now.
I could always just, like, prank call people, too. Do you have a copy of Planet of the Apes? Give it to me now, please.
Not the Tim Burton one.
Not the Tim Burton one.
But
Not
don't take that too.
Not the Tim Burton one. What is this accent?
I don't know.
Not the Tim Burton one. Not the one with the...
You sound like an old Frenchman.
Not the Dave Franco one. Not the one with the other ones. And the one that came after that.
Not the TV show, even though that's actually kind of good.
Weren't there like 2 other ones that were like...
Yeah, there's like Rise of the Planet of the Apes. They all lead into the Tim Burton one. Like, I think the Tim Burton one is technically still part of that universe. And then the James Franco ones are totally separate.
Tim Burton's part of the like 60s one?
I think so.
I think it's a standalone.
I thought it was all
It's
connected.
I don't know. He what, Mark Wahlberg, right?
Yeah, I think so. And they go back in time and see the Abraham Lincoln.
He
Never
what?
seen the movie.
No, there's Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. No, he like crashes his ship somewhere. And I don't remember. He has a chimpanzee that's with him.
Sure.
Or so the chimpanzee like crashes to Earth. That was like the test. You know how they use. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, chimps. Like he crashes, and then the apes that are there think he's like a god.
Sure.
Like that becomes like their space chimpanzee thing is like their big thing they're all worshiping.
Mm-hmm. As you would.
And then there's one guy who like is like, no, that's not real, obviously, but he's like, yeah, that's totally real, guys. Do what I say, because that's how it has to be. He like abuses the chimpanzee thing.
Sure.
I haven't seen this. We should watch that one.
No.
I kind of want to.
No, we should.
I don't remember it that well.
Yeah, there's probably a reason for that.
And then at the end of the movie, one of the main bad guys, who's played by I don't know his name. He's this really big black man who died. He's in Talladega Nights, Snow Dogs. Dude from Snow Dogs.
Haven't seen it.
You've never seen Snow Dogs?
No.
He's awesome in that. Anyway, yeah, he turns good at the end.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen Snow Dogs?
No.
There's like he plays this. The fuck is his name? I need to find this guy. But he plays this. I can't remember. He's like a cop or something, and he's just like very like military, like cranky all the time.
Which you would be if you lived in Alaska or wherever
Hold on,
the
edit
fuck.
out this silence. I gotta check this out.
I'm not editing out shit. I'm just gonna keep vamping. Keep it going.
Snow Dogs Wikipedia.
What else did I want to talk about? I want to talk about something else. Should we mention that today is 9/11? Should we talk about that?
No.
I don't think that's really on brand for this. It's 9/11, everybody. That shit sucked. Moving on now to snow dogs. I've seen snow buddies. Is that related to this in any way?
It's not even listed on this.
It's in the Air Bud universe.
No, what am I? I'm not thinking Snow Dogs. He's not in Snow Dogs.
Okay, that's yeah, sure, I agree with you.
No, it's oh no. Why are we even talking about Snow Dogs?
I don't know. You brought it up.
What's the other? That movie with the dog. There's another
Just
one.
look up Planet of the Apes or whatever that you know he's in. There's a very easy way to solve this.
Yeah, well, there's a hilarious scene in this movie, and it's not in Snow Dogs. Oh my god. Which one's the Tim Burton one?
How many Air Bud movies are there?
I don't even want to know.
We should watch all of those and do commentary on all of those.
I'd watch Air Bud again.
Well, it's all or none. We'd have to watch all of them, including all of the Air Buddies.
I'd rather
universe.
watch like the ones that.
Like the one where they go to space.
What?
Yeah, and then they meet a Russian dog in space. It's pretty sweet.
Michael Clark Duncan?
Yeah. Was he in Green Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think Green Mile.
It was like his most famous role.
He's dead though, right? Yeah. Yeah, he died.
I haven't seen Green Mile. I should probably watch that. This is the one where Tom Hanks can't pee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he can, but it burns like a motherfucker.
And then Michael Clark Duncan
He grabs his junk.
grabs him by
heals
the pee-pee. Gets rid of his inability to pee without it hurting. Can I just say...
C-Spot Run. That's it. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh my god.
I'm not 12, so I haven't seen this movie, no.
Came out in 2001.
What month?
I don't know. Where's it even
I don't know.
March 2nd?
Oh, that's think that their box office earnings were impacted by a certain event in any way? The McMillions scare is what I'm talking about.
C-Spot Run. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, now I remember. Yeah, so it's his dog like breaks out and finds this mailman
Okay,
and who hates dogs.
sure.
And then this FBI guy, it's his dog. It's the big what's his name? Duncan. What's his name again?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes, his dog.
MCD.
Yeah. And he goes trying to find where the dog was sent to by mistake. Yeah.
That sounds like a really riveting movie.
There's a hilarious scene where the mailman gets locked out of his apartment. He's also taking care of his love interest's kid, who he doesn't like kids. He doesn't like dogs.
Mm-hmm. But he's doing the skip pussy.
Yes, but it's a kids movie. But yes,
Okay.
he is. So he's putting up with all this shit to seem like this good guy to this woman.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't eat cereal. He doesn't cook. Captain Crunch, that's it. Just the sugary stuff.
Hey, it's a good choice. It's good
Anyway,
cereal.
Yeah, there's a fantastic scene, if I remember right, where he gets locked outside and he repeatedly slips in the biggest pile of dog shit you've ever seen in your life. Like he's caked in dog shit. And he's like, oh no, like just being loud. And his neighbors are like, shut up down there. And he's like, I'm covered in caca. And to a child, that was really funny to me.
Yeah, it sounds hilarious.
I'm gonna buy this movie. C-Spot Run.
We should go on an adventure to Bull Moose. Get that movie. They probably have it, right?
Will you watch this movie? Yeah, of course they do.
Sure.
It's
There's
a
a
classic.
dude in a kettle underneath a dog holding out a badge in its mouth. Well, I think that's a good spot to wrap up.
Yeah.
We're at like 45 minutes. I do want to just say real quick that Tim Burton doesn't make good movies, and I've never seen one that I liked. And we're ending the podcast.
I
now.
like Tim Burton.
I think the Batman movies are terrible.
And those are some of the best ones.
They're garbage. We're ending the podcast.